pensive crowd as the hair spins round for the Ladbrokes.com Arc Final of 2005. They're off and racing up towards the first bend, and away fast Ollie Bean and Fire High down on the outside. Then comes Six Match My Son. They go round the bend and Fire High down goes on. It goes 2 lengths clear down the far side ahead of Ollie Bean in second. After these come Six Match My Son, 1 Clombrin Show. They come down towards the second last bend, and Fire High Dan, Greyhound of the Year for 2004, starts his campaign for 2005 with a bang. He hacks up in the Ladbrokes.com Arc. He was in a different county in the end. Trap 4, Ollie Bean crossing the line in second, close for third, but Fire High Dan has murdered a quality field.
An outstanding run from Fire High Dan, possibly one of the best ever at Walthamstow, landing the prize in a time of 28.62.
I just knew he was going to do it tonight. Not me funny. Trap 5, trap 6, anything, it doesn't matter. He was just going to do it. He was brilliant.
Rob, great performance.
Awesome. I knew he could do that. I really did. I said to Mick, trust him, he'll do that for you, because I've watched him so many times on that video, and I knew he'd break better from outside. And you know, we know he's a railer, but he proved there. He don't cut in too early, and that was awesome. Yeah, it was a proper run on a slow track.
Fire High Dan, Mick Puzey's pride and joy, a runaway winner of the Ladbrokes.com Arc, kicking off the new year as he ended the last.
An idyllic setting for home of the Arc winner Fire High Dan, the small Essex village of Claverhambury, and the kennels run by Mick and Sue Puzey. We began by asking Mick how long had he been based here.
We've been here 11 years now, yeah, and we've been very successful here. We won several finals, as you probably know, and it's been really good. We're on the outskirts here of Epping Forest, which is only 400 yards away. We've got blinding walks, our own gallop, and an artesian well, a proper water supply for our dogs. It's great, yeah.
Superb water and top quality grub for the greyhounds at the kennel.
We get through £1,000 in weight of meat a week, plus our biscuit and our milk and everything else, yeah.
And you have a great variety of meats as well.
Yes, there's something different for them every day, including salmon. We try to give that once a week. It's all human consumption stuff, which it has to be now by the rules of the NJRC. So yeah, we get through some.
Star of the kennels, Fire High Dan, has reignited Mick Puzey's passion for the sport. But what makes Dan so popular with the public?
He's consistent. He's got early pace, he's consistent, he's 1,000% genuine. And you can latch on to these sort of dogs. He's never a good price because you're always going to get a run with him. You know he's going to run for you.
He is consistent, but he's never really done a flashy time, has he?
Doesn't have to, does he? Doesn't have to. He will do a clock. He will do a clock. He's getting stronger all the time. He's wintered particularly well, and yeah, he'll do a clock.
The ultimate target for 2005 is the Greyhound Derby. Fire High Dan reached last year's final, perfectly drawn in Trap 1. Connections were confident.
After the semis, I never thought that dog would be beaten in the final. We always thought if he'd be a length and a half behind Tim's Crow at the second, we'll nick it. And that's exactly where he was. And he never came away from the second bend, and we knew there was something wrong. And next morning we diagnosed he got 3 pulled muscles in his shoulder, which necessitated 6 weeks off.
So a disappointing run in the final, but what a year for Fire High Dan. Victories in the Peterborough Puppy Derby, Oxford Gold Cup and the East Anglian Derby, plus 2 high-profile invitation races, meant that his owners Robert Kisby and Peter Pickett received the Greyhound of the Year for 2004 trophy, and the duo celebrated in style.
That's the owner's way, that's how they're enjoying their dog. He's unbackable, he's always odds on, he's unbackable, but he's got a few quid in prize money, and that's the way they're spending it, and they're thoroughly enjoying it. And so is my kennel. My other owners, they're all part of Dan. It's a family type of kennel. Everybody's involved with him, there's no jealousies. It doesn't happen here.
It's been well documented that Mick Puzey was on the verge of retiring from training before Fire High Dan entered his kennels, but now the kennel is really buzzing.
It's a great pleasure now in the morning. You can't wait to get out here, get Dan out and the rest of them and get things going. Yeah, he's put a spring in everybody's step, and especially my staff as well, you know. Dan has attracted some really good dogs into my kennel now, and they're all performing, they're all doing really well, and let's hope it continues for a long, long time yet.